Hey guys, it's Maggie, and today I am doing something I haven't done before on this channel. I'm doing a book review. I'm going to be reviewing the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes. This video will have spoilers because it's kind of a spoilery talk slash fangirl rant, so yeah, if you haven't read up to Frozen Tides, don't watch this. Fallen Kingdoms is a fantasy novel set in the kingdom of Mythica, and there are three countries: Arnos, Pelagia, and Lameros. I'm probably pronouncing those way wrong, but I'm trying. We basically follow a bunch of characters: Cleo and her sister Emilia, who are the princesses of Arnos. We follow Magnus and his sister Lucia, who are the prince and princess of Lameros. We follow Jonas from Pelagia. One thing I want to start off with saying about this series is that do not get attached to the characters. I mean, we basically saw in Fallen Kingdoms, Cleo fell in love with Theon and they were basically happily in love, and then Magnus, just was like, nah, kills him. In the first chapter, we learn that there is a baby princess that is kidnapped and basically taken somewhere. We don't know who she is. We find that out later in the series that she is Princess Lucia, who is not blood related to Magnus, which makes him feel better because he has a crush on his sister, and it's disgusting, and luckily nothing happens from that because I would not continue the series if it did, because that's just gross. Basically, there's a lot of stuff going on in this series. We've got King Gaius Demora, who is Magnus's father, who basically decides that he is going to kill everyone and unite the kingdoms under his rule so he can achieve immortality. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, do you realize what you're doing? Because it's stupid. And I was like, alright, King Gaius, it's fine. And then we find out that that the baby kidnapped was Lucia, and that basically he kidnapped her because he knew she was a baby sorceress and kept her for 16 years until she reached her full power so she could help her dad basically destroy Cleo's father. And yeah, and so then they unite the kingdoms. Cleo is prisoner in her own house and forced to be married to Prince Magnus, who she hates, and this is where it gets good because couples that start out hating each other is always my favorite thing to read about. Each book in the series is definitely amazing, but you can't just read one. You have to kind of read them, marathon them, because there's so much happening. You're gonna miss something if you're not actually reading it and taking it in, because there's so many characters that come in and out. Characters die, people that you don't think die, people that you think are dead are not dead. It's basically an episode of Supernatural. And so Falling Tides ends up with King Gaius basically dying, but he's not dead, and it's confusing. Magnus realizes that he's in love with Cleo. Cleo realizes that she does love Magnus, even though they both annoy the crap out of each other. They realize that they do indeed love each other and want to take the kingdom from King Gaius, and so Cleo can have her land back. The land that she basically earned because her father is dead and her older sister has died from an illness. But while this is going on, we've got Lucia, who is like, hey, I fell in love with a Watcher. Nope, no, he betrayed you, and now she's pregnant and has a half human, half Watcher baby. And that's like, why? And then she's working with the fire god, who ends up being annoying as heck. I can't stand him. And then we have Princess Amara. Let's talk about Amara. Amara and Asher come from another kingdom. They come stay, in King Gaius' kingdom. They befriend Magnus and Cleo, kind of, sort of, not really. Lucia said she's gonna marry her Watcher person that she's in love with, and I'm like, okay, but Magnus is like, no you're not, and him and Cleo and Nick and everyone go on a boat, follow her to Lameros to try to stop the wedding. When they get there, Amara kills her brother. Why? Nick's very confused about his feelings for Asher and his feelings for Cleo, and then Amara basically is like, yeah, I killed you so I can have the power, and then I'm gonna kill King Gaius and take everything for myself. You're 16, what are you doing, Amara? Please, chill out. Amara is betrothed to King Gaius after the queen is killed, marries him, and tries to take the kingdom all for herself and poisons her entire family so none of her older brothers are in line for the throne. It's just her. Okay. Then of course we think everything's fine. Magnus and Cleo are uniting to take down King Gaius, and everyone's kind of chill. We have Jonas. Lysandra gets killed, and she's in love with Jonas at this point, and that's super heartbreaking. And then there's Felix, who's who's obnoxious, and I don't even know what's happening. And yeah, there's so many characters in this series. It's so hard to talk about them as a whole, but I definitely appreciate that in this series Morgan Rhodes doesn't there's different it's all third person point of view, but each chapter focuses on a different character, and it's not like this is happening, it's all connected, and you don't really know how it's all connected until you get like in later books, which is awesome and great. But then each book has a giant cliffhanger, such as Frozen Tides, when Asher comes back from the dead, and you're like, oh my god, and part of you is like, oh my gosh, Nick and Asher, and the other part is like, what are you doing? Does this mean Lysander can come back for Jonas? Like, there's so many unanswered questions I have now that I need to know. I have given this book series a 5 out of 5 stars and think everybody should read it because it's amazing and it's wonderful. And yeah, I just kind of had to fangirly rant about this. It wasn't really much of a review. It was like, what's happening? So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this different kind of video, and leave a comment telling me if you guys have read this series and your thoughts on it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!